Hello, it's the middle of Saturday afternoon. Izzy's upstairs doing a Zoom birthday party. Not her birthday party, somebody else's, and it's all going very successfully from what I gather. I went in to do her eye drops and she muted her channel quick so I couldn't say anything embarrassing in front of her mates. Charming, innit? I really need to start giving myself some time constraints again because I'm just letting everything drift longer and longer and I'm not getting much done. And I think, in Mo's belief, what is the secret to happiness? It is accomplishment. That's my theory. I could be wrong. I think a sense of accomplishment equals happiness, and so the less you accomplish, the less happy you are. But I also think it's good to document in some way what you've done if you can to yourself, or just in some way reaffirm what you've accomplished, because I think that can, like, you know, bump up the happiness even more. But I'm definitely happier when I'm more productive. And I'm not being very productive at the moment. All I've accomplished today is sort the vlog out for tonight, have a bath, get dressed and wash up and have lunch, and breakfast earlier, and make coffee just now and just, yeah, having some. And very nice it is too. Now, let's have a little chat about homeschool and our plans for our homeschool, because as you might know, we've been in a bit of a quandary and a bit of a like, what's going on situation. So college, we thought Izzy was going to college, didn't we? Isabel did a taster day at a college. College here in the UK is typically from age 16 to 18, though you can go older. Funding usually goes up to about age 19, but you can apply for grants and go even older, in your 30s, whatever. But typically 16 to 18. So Isabel had done a taster day, applied for a course and been given a place. And when we applied for funding, it was too complicated. They've changed the policy from last year. Previously, the college would apply directly for funding to the Welsh Assembly Government. Now the individual has to get on a school roll and then, having been accepted into a school, ask the school would they please fund the college place, which is going to cost more than they will receive from the government for the school place. I mean, of course, they're not going to want to do that. And I went through the motions of bringing up our local school, explained the situation, said, I know this is, you know, I hate to ask you this, you know, it's a really awkward position I've been put in, and I totally understand that you might not go for it. And of course they didn't go for it, and they said not only would they be out of pocket financially, but also their league tables are really important to them, and they would get a 0 for Izzy's attendance for the whole year, and they'd get a 0 on all her grades, whereas the college would get all the glory on their spreadsheets, and they wouldn't have to pay anything. So yeah, that was a flat no, basically. So I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty and who I'm contacting about what, because I'm not sure what I should really be sharing on social media for the privacy of the other people involved, and they don't know I do vlogging. So, but I am trying to find a way around it and get a third party to look into it and see if they can have any influence and get that funding from somewhere. And failing that, I might see if there are any other grants available from somewhere. It's my mission. Plan A is to get Izzy in college from September, which is what Izzy wants to do on her particular course. Now, this is going to be a bit of a chatty video today, but you know, life updates happen. So anyway, I've been chatting a lot to the college. Fair play, they've been very patient to me. I've been ringing a lot. And I was asking, could Isabel, if she's not able to do the level 2, which is equivalent to GCSE, could she go straight in at a higher level a year later, which is an equivalent to A level, although actually it would be BTEC level 3, but it's equivalent to A level, which is what people need in the UK to get into university. And it's what Isabel will need to get onto the particular university course that she has got her sights on already. She doesn't know which place yet, but she knows what course she wants to do. But anyway, where was I going with that one? Oh yeah, I've remembered. So I asked, could she go in directly next year onto a level 3? And if so, what would we need to do to make that happen? If she just bypassed that year altogether and went in at a higher level. And initially he said, okay, if she gets her maths and English GCSE, C or above, and does this online Wales Essential Skills Toolkit course thing and passes it, which she can do online at home, then she can have a place. So I thought, that's great. And I don't know, we kind of felt a bit elated, but it kind of felt a bit too good to be true. We didn't quite feel that we could properly sort of celebrate it and, you know, get the bunting out and the party hats, because I don't know, I just didn't quite believe it. So I thought about it for a few days. Isabel was delighted, you know, thinking, oh yay, I can just do two GCSEs in this one course and, you know, learn stuff that I'm interested in for the rest of the year. It'll be absolutely brilliant. It'll be like the old homeschooling where we did child-led stuff and weren't forced to be trying to digest information that she wasn't interested in, which is so much harder compared to learning stuff that you are interested in. But I rang him back because it was really playing on my mind, and it was playing on my mind late at night, and I couldn't sleep. You know, it's like 2 a.m. I was having something just doesn't feel right about this. I just letting those GCSEs go that easily, just like that, on the strength of a phone call. We haven't had anything in writing, so I called him up again, and I just pressed and prodded the poor guy. He's very nice about it. I said, so look, basically, is that a conditional offer that if she gets those qualifications, she's got the course? And I think being put on the spot, then he realised that, oh, hang on, yeah. And I explained, you know, we've got to plan our year, our home ed year, basically around this, so we've got to know for certain, is meeting that criteria actually enough? Is she going to get a place, or is there a question of it? Is she competing with children that will have got 5 or more GCSEs at C and above? And he said, well, if she did do her 5 GCSEs, she would have a stronger application. So as I realised at that point that it wasn't a dead cert that she would get in at that higher level if she only did 2. So we thought she was going to college, you know, a few weeks ago. I made that video, didn't I? Is this the end of our homeschooling? Because we'd had that college place. She was going to college as far as we were concerned. I mean, it did kind of feel a bit too good to be true. And I said at the time, you might remember, that I was struggling to let go of doing the GCSEs, studying for them, you know, just in case. And we didn't drop them entirely, but we did modify a bit. So I've had a chat to Izzy today, and we're just going to have to get back on them. We've let things drift a little bit. I think we might be a few weeks behind with the science now, because we've been watching science lectures. We've been watching stuff that she's been interested in, and it's been lovely. And like, we've been sitting there like this, taking it all in, pausing, chatting about it and talking about it afterwards. And you can see some of it's been reflected in her art. Like, she's been, you know, looking at the Earth from space and talking about atmosphere, and it's all like, you see, it's hard to get that level of excitement from course materials, but if you don't do the course materials, it's not condensed enough. You've got to just do what's... I'm distracted because Izzy's singing really loudly upstairs. You know what I mean, though. Anyway, so that's where we're at. We thought we were going to college, then we weren't sure, and now we still don't know. We don't know what's happening with the pandemic. We don't know even if she gets her funding, if it'll be wise for her to go in September. I've even heard that the Scottish government are considering postponing next year's GCSEs to give the children a chance to catch up when they eventually get back to school. So maybe there won't even be GCSE exams next year. I would have thought there probably were, but we're just going to assume that they're on, and we're going to get back properly studying for them again now. Oh, poor old Izzy. Anyway, we thought it was too good to be true, and it was. I have got some forms to fill in today. So tomorrow is going to be my big home ed planning day. I'm going to sit down on my own at this table, and I'm going to get back on the case, look at what we have let slip, see what we've got left, look at how many days we have to do it. Kind of hard to plan when we don't know when the lockdown's going to be lifted and all the groups are going to be back on. Just don't know. But anyway, I'm going to do my best, and that's for tomorrow. Today is sorting out other financially boring paperwork stuff that I should do today. I can't resist this. She's hoovering and singing. Sounds awesome. Sneak up on her. It's really weird sitting here at my laptop. I'm looking through the list on my laptop of all the gigs that I had in the book for the last tax year, and what a different world we lived in then, and it's bringing back all the memories of the different places I went to with the different bands. I tend to put what I get paid in my diary on my phone. Like sometimes you like get a wad of cash in your hand on the night, and I'm like, I've got to make a record of it, so I put it in my phone diary usually these days. Previously to that, I always wrote it in my paper diary, but I've gone all high tech this year. But I was very good until about the 6th of September with my books, and for some reason I didn't do any more, and I know what that reason was. It was starting homeschooling Key Stage 4, wasn't it? But it's all in my phone. I've just got to type it into a spreadsheet basically and add it all up. Here's the teenager. She's been singing upstairs. It sounds beautiful.
I haven't got it nailed yet, but it might take me a few tries. But you know, sometimes you have to do some dodgy notes before you can hit it perfectly.
Oh yes, same in life. Well, this has turned out to be slightly emotional, doing the tax return. It's like being, oh, I remember that one in the Queen's Head. Oh, I remember that one in Stroud. Oh, that was nice. We did this. It's like a trip down memory lane. And then it's like got to the 14th of March this year, and then it's like, that was a weird one. That was the last one that we'll ever do for a long, long time. That was a weird gig. We were just all uncomfortable, I could tell. It was like the Last Supper. The people that we did the ceilidh for fed us. They brought us out this lovely buffet just for us. Loads of lovely fresh bread and butter and grapes and a cheese board. And everyone was like picking at it nervously. I think everyone was thinking, what if there's virus on it? They were really good though, the people that did that for us. They were observing so much hygiene, you know. There was obviously a lot of that going on. Oh, but it's weird. A couple of things that made me happy on my tax return was I've had my first 2 YouTube payouts of about 73 quid, 2 lots in the last tax year. So that's the first time that's ever gone on. So hopefully there'll be slightly more this tax year, because I'm kind of hoping that'll pick up a bit. Probably not, but you never know. Anyway, yes, that was weird. I quite enjoyed doing my tax return in a way. Not so much the expenses, but putting all the gigs in. Time for the joy of joys now, the tissue box full of receipts and train tickets. I kind of need to put those in one by one. I've sorted out my train tickets. I'm sure there should be more of those. I know I did do some already. They're in that pink envelope. Suspiciously few. It is now 5 to 6 in the evening. I'm completely brain dead. I've been staring at this screen and adding up all my train tickets and receipts for the last tax year, looking at everything, hunting the house for a few things that I lost, and trying to put something in online on a form. And every year it's the same. I try and do it online, and I just go round and round in circles on the website and can't seem to get into it. Every year. So I'm just going to write in my diary, do it on Monday, ring the line and do it over the phone. There's not even a paper option this year. I think they might have updated it in light of the pandemic. So I think I need to do something else now. Then my brain is fried. I've put my shoes on to go for a walk, and it feels strange wearing shoes. This is how life has got. I've come out for a walk to get de-screenificated. I've scrambled down the bank to look at the river. Really lucky here. We've got all the amenities that we need, but at the same time, within 10 minutes walk from my house, there's so many different little off-road routes we can take. I'm gonna turn around and get back on my route and see if I can get into the woods. It's looking so lovely and leafy and green at the moment, isn't it? Look at that bird song. I've actually never taken this route before, so for me this is a new discovery as well. It's like a little wonderland, isn't it? When this quarantine's eventually over and I get to see my boyfriend again, I will have a lot of new walks to take him on. I can cross that. Or am I going to get wet? You never know if the rock's going to wobble till you tread on it, do you? Oh, there's a goose over there. Very vociferous one. Let's see if we can catch him on camera. Or her. It might be a lady. There he is, or she. I'm doing this on a zoom because I'm scared of those things. I'm keeping my distance. I don't want to annoy it. Don't want it giving me that evil eye. Uh-oh, people coming. I'm off. I'm back. I've washed my hands. And Isabel's singing again. I am starving. I've worked up such an appetite on that walk. But luckily, I've got all this rice left over from yesterday, haven't I? So I'm going to add some halloumi and some red kidney beans to that and reheat it up in a pan now, and that will be a very quick dinner for us. That's going to be yummy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.